You ready?
So they never be mad then. Because, like, I really like going to baseball games with you and, like, going to sporting events.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't want you to, like, not be able to do that.
Yeah.
I like to just limit. I honestly just like to limit it to no more than 3 hours of any sport or Madden a day. Like, on any given day. Like 3 hours of Lord of the Rings with me is like enough time.
Wait, hold on. Do you ever see me on? Oh, I see what you're saying. If you're combining them, is what you're saying.
Right, like any combination, doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, that's tough.
Hey. Hey.
What, babe?
Are you gonna call ADT?
Yes. Do we have the specific number of the? Do you still have the card for the person that we did it through the first time, or do we need to call the main corporate line? You have that information, don't you? You keep all that stuff, don't you?
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. They'll run it now. This is Charkandrick West. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And all the way down to the 26. And he'll wind up taking this all the way down to the Raiders' 26. Well, welcome to the party. First carry of the game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it with West. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or 2.
2nd and 12 at the Raiders' 27-yard line.
Sit up! 180! That's right, baby. They don't want it. Check. Move. Banjo.
On 2nd and 12, Trubisky. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A very solid gain of 27. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this. And, hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
At the 2-yard line.
Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
Check my 50. I got you, son. Mike's 50.
Now it's Trubisky to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Chris Carson, the intended receiver, but now it's 3rd and goal.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Hey, wahoo! Check tight.
On 3rd and goal, Trubisky. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Brandon Bolden, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs take it right down and score on the opening drive. Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. After the touchdown, it's Dawson on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Let's go now. Before that read. 54. Hey, defense.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Zach Brown making his presence felt in the backfield.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Tight go.
This is Dion Lewis now in his 9th NFL season. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing, often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On the double. 52's the mic. I got it. Strong left. Strong left. 3 out.
Brissett from the gun on third. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zach Brown in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. Yeah, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Sometimes
it pays to be lucky rather than good. That was not even the intended receiver on that pass.
But still able to haul it in for the reception. On second down now, it's West. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Mike, 55. Check, 55.
Now it's Carson, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. A tale of two extremes. First carry, he went for a bundle. His second goes backward.
And how many times have we seen that happen? Because you get that big carry, and you come back, and you're all fired up, and sometimes you force a run a little bit, right? Trying to break off.
Now Trubisky lost the football, and the Raiders pick it up. And he'll take this down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Brissett. He's got Lewis. And he's brought down. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end drop.
And he's in! Touchdown, Raiders! Dion Lewis with touchdown number 12 on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, That's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You'd better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. It's the Colts in that one that have grabbed the early lead. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. On 2nd and 12, Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Mike, 55. Right there in the middle. 55. Come on. You better bring it. Check. 55. Check.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. He's going to air one out. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Greedy Williams, the rookie from LSU. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
On 2nd and 11 now, Brissett. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54 Mike.
On 3rd down, Brissett. And able to find Dorsett. 7-7, our score after 1.
54 Mike.
On 1st and 10, Brissett. He'll get this one into the hands of Lewis. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line.
At the Chiefs' 32-yard line.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now Brissett sets up the screen to Lewis. A good job defensively to hold that to 4 yards, and now it's 3rd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion.
Motion man, watch 12, watch 12. Hey man, watch the boot, watch the boot. Where's 52? Watch 52. 52's the mic. What we got? What we got? Zip it. Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. You got
Out of the gun, Brissett. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
That's 3 sacks now, and that's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky to throw. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Chris Jones make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. It's a pickup of 8 yards to move them into a 3rd and 13 here.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Hey, 18.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. And that will be incomplete. Credit that breakup to Greedy Williams. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game, because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. And they better make sure they love him up, because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They'll stay with Lewis here on 1st down. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
A 2nd down run with Lewis. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. The Raiders on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
54.
From the gun, here's Brissett. That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
Brissett to throw on first. Complete. This is Lewis. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
First down, Raiders.
Black spot forward. Let's get the ball. Switch. Check. Cover. 22. Check. Cover. That's right.
Brissett on first down. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Picked off on a former first-rounder, Jimmy Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. From the 9, here's 2nd and 9.
Check. 55 to Mike.
Trubisky will throw. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. A gain there of 21 yards.
And our Kansas City Chiefs.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, Trubisky. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick. Thomas, the intended target.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Right there. 54 Mike. Record. 54 Mike.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zach Brown able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Throwing on 2nd and long. Brissett. Complete to Dorsett. The reception good for 7. It's third down.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
Now on third down, an extra DB out there for the Chiefs. To throw, Brissett. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on to punt for Oakland. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So we've hit halftime, just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. The Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They try again with Lewis. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Here's Brissett. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Fletcher Cox, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. He'll send this one into the Midwestern air, and it's a good one. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Hey, ball. 55. Check, 55. Mike. Get that quarterback.
On 2nd and 11 now. Trubisky. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage, 17 on the play. They'll run on first down. Carson. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the second half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
Pull it together. Check 24.
Ran.
Where you at? Who's that? Is that yours? Who's that?
On second and 11 now. Trubisky, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Mike 5-5, Mike 55, Mike 5-5. Watch the run. They're running it. Check 37. Check.
Hey, orbit.
Check 99. Check 99. Mike 55. Right there in the middle. 55.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. DeForest Buckner with a sack, the former number 7 overall pick.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Come on, man. Let's go.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. The last run got a couple. Here's second and 8.
Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
Brissett now. Caught by Allen. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
Ready up. 52. Right here. Double tight. Three down. All right. Hey, Mike 52.
Brissett on third and 2. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The sack by Jordan Willis.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Back to the NFL scoreboard for a third quarter in Indy. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Watch tight. Tight ends right. Watch tight. Tight ends right. Hey, we got 4.
From the 29, Trubisky gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
Kansas City Chiefs. First down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Come on, 180. Check 55 to Mike. Rip right.
On first down, it's Carson. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Called out a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
Let's get off the field.
From just shy of midfield, Trubisky. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. He has just been a load for opposing offenses to account for now. 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
Check, 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 check.
Now Lewis here on first down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
54's Mike. Check, check, watch.
On 2nd and 9, Brissett, he's got it. The tight end, Allen. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Ready, 6 yard. We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. Mike 52, Mike 52. Hey, D-line, let's get in there. Let's go.
Brissett from the gun on 3rd. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket.
52's the mic right here over there, right? 52's the mic. Hey, they scared. They scared. 52's the mic. Mike 52. Mike 52. Focus, defense, focus. Check. No, the mic. Check.
Brissett to throw for it on 4th. Dorsett's got it. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. They'll run on first down. It's Lewis. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. So the scoring dried up here in the third. Nothing that quarter for either side. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Ready, 52. Watch 52. 52's the mic. I know he ain't got it. Hey, go.
Again, it's Lewis. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Brissett. And a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Dion Lewis, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And now it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense. So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. They'll throw on first down with Trubisky. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. Trubisky now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Hey, 4 down. He's checking, he's right.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. This is complete to Michael Thomas. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Trubisky to throw again. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 25-yard line. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when and told me.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the rookie linebacker from LSU, Devin White. The 40. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them into the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Out of the gun, Brissett. And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away. They stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. Danielle Hunter. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now it's Trubisky. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 17. Here's Trubisky. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Here we go.
They're going on 4th down. It's Trubisky. He'll air it out deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Hey, you're at the point in the game right now where you got to start taking some chances, and that chance paid off.
And it's a good idea to be that aggressive because, truthfully, the defensive guys, they're just playing not to make a mistake. That often means you can make a big play against them.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
55 is my guy, 55. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
Hey, high 7.
High 55, high 55.
Now Trubisky.
Watch the slot.
Looking long for Thomas. And my goodness, another interception. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. What a nightmarish game he's having now. 6 interceptions that he has thrown.
Absolutely unbelievable, isn't it? Hard to believe we're watching this and have seen it, but it just tells you about the game of football. It giveth and it taketh away.
Yeah, the guys, though, that have thrown 6 interceptions in a game, the likes of Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, I think Joe Namath, he did it 3 times. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They'll keep it on the ground. Lewis. And he'll find a little space. He gets us up near the 10. And he's able to get more than half of what they needed. That brings up a 3rd and 5. The Raiders on 3rd down. Just 1 conversion and 8 tries. Not good. This will be 3rd and 5. This is Lewis. And he'll lose yardage and be down at the 7-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away.
That's it, baby. We got work.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Greedy Williams, the rookie from LSU. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Kill.
Edwards now on 1st and 10. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. On 2nd and 12, Brissett, he's got Allen. And give him 6 yards here as he's stopped near the 35 at the 34. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. From the gun, here's Brissett. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the 2-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Lewis. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down. On third down, it's Lewis. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on third. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you said,